we're going to be moving on into the hips. Just like the feet and ankles and the knees, the hips can really influence our movement and our posture. So the first part of the hips is the glutes. So if you perform a squat and you notice that your knees are going inward, your glutes are being lengthened and they become tight as they try to contract, kind of like if you were to stretch out a rubber band. And this is the muscle doing its job, but that's not ideally how you want it to function. Glute max connects to the top of the pelvis, the IT band, and it even connects to the lats, the like lower side back muscles in your back. And the glutes are actually considered a core muscle. So like the hamstrings can become long and taut, so can the glutes, and this is because of frequent sitting. So a lot of people will experience this. And another side effect of that is that the glute muscles become dehydrated because you're sitting and putting that pressure down. It's like squeezing all of the moisture out of your muscle. And when you are sitting for long periods of time, it makes it hard for it to go back into the right place. So when you foam roll, you're helping to move those fluids back in and through your muscle. Equipment that you might need for this technique is your regular smooth-sided foam roller, something with a large surface area to cover a large surface area of the muscle. This kind also might be appropriate for you if you like something a little bit more dense. This will reach deeper layers. The second part of the technique will use possibly a ball. All right, so you're going to work each side separately. You are sitting on the roller. The leg that you're working is going to be a little bit extended. You're putting most of the pressure down on the one side that you're working on. You can cross the non-working leg over top to add a little bit more pressure as you roll. And you're doing two segments. You're doing the medial area from like the middle of your glute up, and then the second part is going to be more of the top part of like the back of your hip. So you're rolling through each segment, same as all the others, 1 inch per second. Pause on your pain points. Going back and forth over each segment 3 or 4 times. And once you've rolled through each of those segments 3 or 4 times, you're going to roll the area again through 4 times. And after you do your rolling, you're going to place the roller right in the middle of your glute, and you're going to flex and extend your hip, kind of like how we did with the knee, but we're doing up and down at the hip. So the second technique is using a ball, which you can also use something smaller or more dense. But this technique is going to reach deeper into the muscle layers, and it has more of a chance of hitting on that sciatic nerve that runs through there, but it's not necessarily dangerous. You just don't want to continuously hold pressure on that nerve for a long period of time. So it's recommended to do just like a minute and a half on the glute area as a whole when you do this, so as not to keep pressure on the nerve for too long. And really, this is the same technique as the first time, except you're not going to be really rolling around quite as much. You will probably just make smaller movements and pause and hold on any pain points. But if you feel like really excruciating pain or numbness, tingling, that's probably your sciatic nerve, and just move away from that area. And again, when you're done rolling, you're going to be doing the flexing and extending of the hip. And that's how you roll the glutes. The next muscle that we are going to roll is the anterior hip, which will be, it's called the TFL. So it's a little bit on the front and the sides of your hip. This might also help with back or knee pain.